Welcome to the Wilber and Longenbaugh podcast, where we break down tax, accounting, and financial strategies to help businesses stay compliant, profitable, and prepared.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Yeah, so today we are doing a deep dive into what the industry is calling the 2026 upgrade.
Right.
And, our mission today is really to explore why upgrading your financial systems is just, well, it's absolutely critical for businesses right now in 2026. Because it's not just about recording past transactions anymore. We're looking at real-time visibility, faster decisions, stronger compliance.
Yeah, exactly. The landscape has completely shifted.
So to start us off, can you kind of lay the groundwork for us? What are we actually comparing here?
Sure. So traditional bookkeeping is basically what you probably picture when you think of old school accounting. It's paper-based or it's desktop software.
Like a program sitting on that one dusty computer in the back office.
Right, exactly. It's local, it's highly manual, and it's periodic, meaning, you update things in batches at the end of the month.
Yeah.
But cloud accounting, on the other hand, is fully online. It lives on secure distributed servers.
Okay.
You can access it anytime, anywhere. And the updates happen in real time.
Okay, let's unpack this because I want to make sure I have the mental model right.
Mm-hmm.
Is this shift from traditional to cloud essentially moving from keeping a static photo album of your finances
Right.
to having a live security camera feed of your money?
That is actually a really great way to look at it.
Yeah.
A photo album is, it's entirely disconnected from what's happening right now.
Yeah, you're looking at stuff that happened weeks ago.
Exactly. You have to manually tell the database what happened. But the cloud architecture, it creates these direct communication pathways.
Like APIs and things like that.
Yes, exactly. APIs create these secure tunnels right into your bank's mainframe.
Wow.
So it doesn't wait for someone to sit down and hit download. It pulls the raw transaction data the millisecond a payment clears.
So that fundamental difference in speed, it really brings us to the daily cash flow visibility.
Yeah, which is huge.
Because with traditional bookkeeping, it's inherently backward looking, right?
It's entirely backward looking. Data gets entered weeks, sometimes months after the fact.
It's basically like driving a car by only looking in the rearview mirror.
Right. Which works fine until you hit traffic.
Exactly. But let me push back on this a little bit.
Sure.
Does every single business owner really need daily financial updates? I mean, is this just going to cause massive information overload for, say, a smaller shop?
Well, you'd think so, right. But in this fast-paced 2026 economy, not having real-time data is actually a direct liability. It's not a luxury anymore.
Really? Even for a small operation?
Yeah, because business decisions happen daily. You don't just make decisions on the 30th of the month when the books are closed.
Right. You're buying inventory, you're making payroll.
Exactly. And the cloud software doesn't just dump raw data on you. It synthesizes it. It categorizes things instantly, so you just see a dashboard.
So it's not like getting 100 buzzing notifications on your phone.
No, not at all. It gives you a clean view of your exact cash position today without the cognitive overload.
Here's where it gets really interesting, though, because this real-time data isn't just a competitive advantage for your own internal decisions anymore.
Right. It's bleeding into the regulatory side.
Exactly. It's rapidly becoming exactly what external regulators are demanding from us.
Yeah, the digital compliance landscape is evolving fast.
So what are the regulators actually looking for now?
Well, they're shifting heavily toward digital reporting. They expect structured, highly accurate, and timely data.
So basically, that spreadsheet I clean up once a year in April.
Yeah, that doesn't cut it anymore.
Yeah.
Traditional systems just leave way too much room for missing documents and human error.
And I assume regulators know that.
Oh, they absolutely know it. But cloud systems, they automatically generate a digital audit trail.
Like a flight data recorder for your business?
Yes. It tracks every single edit, every transaction, the exact timestamp, everything, which massively reduces your risk.
So, does this mean the days of handing a shoebox full of crumpled receipts to an accountant are completely dead?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, maintaining that shoebox isn't just an administrative headache today, it's a massive risk.
How so?
Because automated digital compliance isn't just about convenience. It's about proactively protecting your business from, escalating regulatory scrutiny.
Because the IRS and state authorities have AI now, right?
Exactly. They are running algorithms to find anomalies. If your data is messy, you are essentially raising a red flag.
Wow. Okay. So modern compliance basically requires meticulous transaction level tracking. But the next logical question is, how does a business actually achieve that without spending 24/7 on manual data entry?
Right. Because you can't just hire 10 people to type in numbers all day.
Right. So the answer has to be automation.
It is. Traditional bookkeeping is a massive drain on time.
It really is. I always compare manual data entry to churning your own butter.
That's a funny way to put it, but yeah.
I mean, it's quaint, you know? Maybe it builds character, but it's a massive waste of modern time.
It is. You have endless reconciliations, manual typing, error-prone data cleanup. It's exhausting.
So how does the cloud step in here?
Well, it automates the bank feeds, obviously, but it also automates invoice generation, expense capture, and categorization rules.
So it's doing the busy work for you.
Exactly. And because that busy work is automated, your team can spend their time actually understanding the numbers.
Which is where the real value is.
Right. Analysis over data entry.
But wait, let me challenge that. If the software is just categorizing everything automatically, don't we lose that vital human intuition? Like the intuition you need to catch weird or fraudulent expenses?
That's a common fear. But automation actually frees up human intuition.
How does it do that?
Because the machine handles the 99% of routine transactions, right? It learns your patterns.
Okay.
And when something anomalous pops up, say a weird $5,000 charge from a new vendor, the software flags it.
So it routing the exceptions to a human.
Exactly. You apply your human intuition to analyze the anomalies, rather than just mindlessly typing in 500 normal receipts.
That makes total sense. And if the internal team is spending less time on data entry, that has to completely revolutionize how you interact with your CPA.
Oh, it changes everything. It shatters the old model.
Because in the old model, you're just sending files back and forth, right?
Which means your CPA is always analyzing outdated data. You email them a file, they look at it 3 weeks later.
And by then, the business has moved on.
Exactly. But cloud accounting means both you and your advisor are looking at the exact same numbers at the exact same time.
So what does this all mean? It sounds like we're moving from like a postmortem doctor who just tells you why your business died to a personal trainer who's keeping your business healthy in real time.
I love that analogy.
Yes.
It turns accounting from a reactive, backward-looking service into a proactive advisory relationship.
Like better tax planning, managing cash flow, catching issues early.
Exactly. They can help you course correct before you hit the iceberg.
But I have to ask, does this constant shared access make business owners feel, I don't know, micromanaged?
You mean like their accountant is watching their every move?
Yeah. Like, why did you spend $30 at Starbucks today?
Well, I mean, some people worry about that at first.
Yeah.
But it's really about partnership, not surveillance.
Right.
Your CPA isn't looking at your coffee receipts. They're looking at your profit margins to make sure your estimated tax payments are right.
Okay, that makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah, it's purely strategic.
Well, better compliance, automation, proactive advice, it all sounds incredible. But it raises the ultimate business question.
The cost.
Exactly. What is this actually going to cost? Because there is a lingering myth out there that cloud accounting is just more expensive.
Right, because of the recurring subscription fees. People hate subscriptions.
Right, you buy the traditional desktop software once, and you're done. It's like buying a cheap printer, but then you go broke buying the ink cartridges.
Exactly. And with traditional systems, the hidden costs are massive.
Like what are we missing when we just look at the software price tag?
Manual labor hours, for one. Having someone type in data for 20 hours a week is expensive.
Oh, totally.
Then you have IT maintenance, keeping your local servers running, software updates, and the hard costs of human errors.
So the real question isn't what does the software cost?
No. The real question is, what is your current inefficiency costing you?
But is it really cheaper to pay endless monthly subscriptions? Or are we just shifting the financial burden from our local IT guy to some massive software company?
Well, think about the undeniable math here. If you pay a subscription, you are saving hundreds of administrative hours a year.
Right.
And you don't have to pay an IT guy to recover your hard drive when it inevitably crashes. The time saved alone pays for the subscription 10 times over.
That is a very solid point. But, despite all these overwhelming benefits, we have to be objective here.
Sure.
Is there any valid reason to stick with the traditional model in 2026? Does it still have a place?
It does, but for a very, very narrow slice of businesses.
Like who?
Well, businesses requiring strict on-premise control for security. like defense contractors,
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
or those with incredibly simple operations, or, businesses operating in remote areas with really limited internet access.
Right, it's kind of like a flip phone.
Exactly.
A flip phone is great if you just want to make a call from a remote cabin in the woods, but it's totally useless if you need to run a modern, connected business.
Right. For most growing businesses, the traditional model breaks down the moment you need real-time data, or multiple users.
So what is the exact tipping point? Like, what's the red flag that tells an owner, okay, I've officially outgrown my old system?
The biggest red flag is when you can't get the data you need to make a decision today.
Oh, yeah.
If you ask your bookkeeper for a cash flow report and they say, I need 3 days to catch up on data entry, you've outgrown the system.
Wow.
Yeah.
If your software is slowing down your business decisions, it's time to upgrade. Well, we've covered a ton of ground today. Let's synthesize the core takeaways for you, the listener.
I'd say there are 3 main ones.
Okay, lay 'em on me. Takeaway number 1.
Number 1, your accounting system is an engine for decision-making. It is not just a historical record keeper.
Right. It's driving the car, not looking in the rearview mirror. Takeaway number 2, I'll take this one. Real-time visibility, automation, and better compliance are essential expectations in 2026.
Exactly. They are not optional perks anymore. Regulators expect it.
And the third takeaway?
Number 3, staying in a manual delayed system forces you to carry unnecessary risk and inefficiency. Speed and accuracy are now the baseline expectations.
That perfectly sums it up. But before we go, I want to leave you with a final provocative thought to really mull over.
Oh, let's hear it.
Think about this. If a natural disaster or a hardware failure wiped out your physical office today, how many weeks or even months would it take you to rebuild your company's financial history using paper records and a local hard drive?
It would be a nightmare.
Exactly. Now compare that to having an automatic secure audit trail just living safely in the cloud, ready to be accessed from any laptop.
Yeah, there really is no comparison.
None at all. To learn more, visit www.mwwcpa.com.